Here we are again, and it's that time of the year again. We are going to be talking about printed Stickbots, and it's just Stickbots with printing on them. And once again, these guys have a kind of interesting history. They didn't really make them that much up until recently, but there were the occasional printed Stickbots here and there, which we'll be discussing. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, the first Stickbots that probably come into mind are the Tales of the Strange pack. These released back in like 2018 well, okay, actually, let's discuss this a bit first. They have a red tie and like a little slash on the eye, but this guy also came with the exclusive and extremely rare Stickbot pets with eye printing and stuff. These guys all came in the limited Tales of the Strange pack, which was like this elusive thing. It was limited, and they actually sold it for years up until I think 2019. Not many people bought it, ironically, but eventually it sold out and you can't get it anymore besides resellers, which it's pretty hard to find. Now, I've talked about this before, but I think this also came in a single pack, which is really rare, but there is literally no proof or evidence of it, so who knows. Something though I haven't really touched on is that the printing in this era, like printing on figures, was very different than it is now. They pretty much use the same printing as face printing, which actually kind of makes sense. However, that would mean it's like the same kind of however they printed the face, they printed on the body, but that means that just like how the faces come off, it didn't really work very well and it would just easily rub off. And we'll go into the different versions of printing that are used now, but this is basically just, it's hard to find one that isn't like somewhat rubbed off. But overall, this is a really cool figure and very rare. And yeah, if you find one, definitely pick it up. Alright, let's do some more Stickbot shows for a moment. So yeah, let's transition into the Botler. This is the Botler. The print actually used on the Botler Stickbot, or the suited Stickbot, is actually a little different. This one has a more standard tie, or like those 70s ties, while this print, like the actual figure, has a bow tie. I do have a complaint though, which is having the base as like a black suit, combined with the print, it just kind of looks wonky, like the tie is like slowly going up. It's weird, but it's a really good figure, and if you see it, I'd recommend getting it. It came in this animation pack. So earlier this year, Stickbot, the UK Stickbot, they went to the UK Toy Fair and they showed off this, which is the Stickbot Family Mega Pack. And you can see it actually includes the green dapper Stickbot from earlier. Now, I hadn't seen this on the Brainstorm website, and I still haven't as of 2024, as of making this video. So I asked about this and a couple other UK exclusive packs in the Discord server, and Stickman responded. And he showed us some photos of the Stickbot Family Mega Pack, which were in better quality, and we could see some interesting things. But for now, let's focus on this blue guy, and yeah, this is pretty dapper. It's kind of fun to see a special name given to this guy, the Stickbot Gentleman, but as of now, it still hasn't released. Alright, next up is Superbot, who is like literally one of the most iconic Stickbot characters of all time. More like an iconic Stickbot name. It was used in literally everything. I mean, can you think of something that doesn't feature Superbot as a name? And this figure is pretty cool. It's nice that they referenced it, nice that they brought it back and you can still buy it, but it has a very fatal flaw. As you can see, these strings are really tight. This must have been some horrendous Stickbot like factory error, because everyone's strings on this guy became incredibly tight, like horrible. Now, most of the sound you're hearing when I'm like moving back the leg and head is mainly the plastic just clacking, but like the string is so tight, I can't even, like, there was someone who couldn't move it, I'm pretty sure, with about 30 pounds of pressure, which I don't know how much I believe that, but the fact that someone would make that up kind of also proves how tight these strings are, and yeah, this is insane. But if you stretch it out enough, it should work. Now for the next Stickbot, this is the What the Bot printed Stickbot, and I kind of skipped over it in my last video, and I will pretty much do the same thing here. But it was first, came out as an exclusive in Russia, and then in the animation pack, and then it came over to the US. I wish I saw it in more videos, but that's how it is. It's pretty cool. Now, I can't talk about printed Stickbots without mentioning the UV printed Stickbots, or the Stickbot avatars. These were Stickbots that came out, actually, wow, 2 years ago almost. And they all are different characters. You have like a farmer, a pirate, a guy with a blue polo, a vampire, a punk Stickbot, a Stickbot in a hoodie. If you want a more in-depth look at them, I'd recommend these two videos, but there's a bunch of other cool reviews from the Stickbot avatars, which I'd recommend. Overall, what everyone thought of these guys was that they were really cool and they were great, but they could be improved a lot, and the pirate one kind of felt like they just mashed a bunch of Stickbots that weren't selling well together. The printing wasn't on all the sides. That was the major complaint, especially. It was just, these were a test. These were a first start, and it'll be fun to see what they do in the future, but right now they are horrible, and maybe buy them if you want. A lot of the printing wasn't done the best, but I will say that the printing was actually done like how the like you can see on his glasses right now, it wasn't done very well. Like it overlaid, it was horrible, but the quality was extremely well done. I took like rubbing alcohol and I rubbed it against this guy's chest for like 10 minutes and no wear and tear. I don't know if this is the same with everyone's, but for mine, these were incredible quality of prints. I also think that because of these guys being like a bunch of different they're multicolored Stickbots basically, and there's all these kind of interesting colors, the pink and the yellow. These are perfect for Stickbot customs. So if you like making customs, these are like pretty good templates and stuff. So overall, I would recommend them with an asterisk. Now let's dive into the realm of Zingtanica with the Zingtanica Action Pack 1 and 2. And these are pretty cool, especially this one. So yeah, these Stickbots are really cool. They came in an action pack, very fun. The sci-fi one I get, you could like build an army of these like sci-fi troops. This one is a little harder for me though, because I feel like it should be covered in tattoos. It feels a little empty, but maybe that's so you can add tattoos or something, I don't know. But yeah, I really like it. I feel like there could have been 2 versions though with different unique tattoos, so you could sort of build like this little village but like more diverse. There is actually another version of this figure. For winning the Making the Band contest, Juan won this, which is pretty cool. The major difference is the light blue cups, which is really cool. However, if they were going to do an alternative version, alternative color for the suction cups, I'd probably choose the blue that are his face and his tattoos. Remember the Stickbot mutants? People were so excited for these. Like, it felt like that the community all came together to agree that these were some of the best Stickbots ever released. I mean, the face prints were kind of weird, but they like the new colors and look at their goofy faces. They're perfect. But can you guess which part of the North Atlantic Ocean they were exclusives to? Even worse, pretty much only these 2 came out of the 6 that were supposed to release. And yeah, you can technically get them through like eBay and stuff, but it's just a real pain in the ass. Looking back, I should have done this in a better order, but here is the French with Fred Stickbot and the French with Fred action pack. For what they did, I think it's pretty good. It has a printed Mon mustache, and it accomplishes what it does. The ad does not, though, and is probably one of the worst pieces of Stickbot media, if not the worst ever created. It is Stickbot. It's French with Fred versus Evil Fred. And it's just an ad that is not even an ad. I wish they aired it, because then we could have actually a Stickbot ad airing, but it's just pure corporate greed. Anyway, the other 2 stuff that came out was the Mad Scientist in the Monster Pack for the 2022 stuff, which is pretty cool, and I like this animation that they do. Kind of off topic, but I would love if this animation is done really well, and if Stickbot did a 3D animated show, if they could produce it to this quality, like, consistently, I think it'd do pretty well. And the other printed Stickbot from this pack is this guy, who is I think it's like Prey Stickbot, or Stickbot Prey, and he has all these bite marks and, like, scratch marks and stuff. And a lot of people didn't like him because, like, he was very restricted to one purpose, but I think he's pretty cool. Taking a look at another video from KFC, we have this guy, which is these are all the Stickbots from the Halloween pack. But this one is the most interesting, at least for now, because it is the first Stickbot to ever include back printing. So that's kind of fun. As for the other colors, we have the Stickbot Cop, who a lot of people liked, and I really like this next one, which is really cool to me. I would love if we got more realistic clothing on Stickbots like this, and this is perfect. I love it. And finally, we have this really cool ghoul type glow-in-the-dark Stickbot, which I really like, and once again, it's just a phenomenal color. The original actually was a solid green, which I also like, but I feel like this one fits more of a ghoul. The other one's a bit more of like a corpse. For the final quote-unquote normal print Stickbots I'll be talking about here today, we have the Santa and the other Santa. These are the exact same. They're the exact same, just one has a gold head. And there are also these 2 new printed Nutcrackers, but I already made a short on these, so I recommend just checking that out if you're interested. From this angle, it looks like a pretty normal Stickbot just inside of a toy store, maybe a promotional thing, and that is correct. This is the hashtag Stickbot Promotional UK Stickbot or something. There were a couple different colors of this guy, but this is the only photo we have, and yeah, he's pretty cool. It's the exact same as a normal Stickbot, just with a hashtag Stickbot on it. It was given out to these stores in the UK to help promote Stickbot, and yeah, pretty cool. Now for a Stickbot that you might have, here are the Australian and European misprints. It's just like a shipping number or something. These are only exclusive to, Oceania and Europe, so really only outside of these countries are they rare. And then we have like the US sort of shipping, not really a shipping number, it's just like a random number printed on it. You can still find some Stickbots brand new that have this, but it's a bit rare. And with that, I think I'm going to end it off. But there's a lot more we can talk about in terms of Stickbots. I know that you guys want to see clickbots and stuff in the series, and I do plan to eventually get to those now that we're sort of ending the near. We're starting to go to the edge of Stickbots. And also, I'm sorry I didn't include the Zintanica stuff, but that could kind of be like in this action pack video, which that might be a video that's coming out eventually. But I want to do more histories, not only evolutions, but like the history of sticky products and stuff. But with that being said, leave suggestions in the comments, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next one. Bye.